This is CBS-5 Eyewitness News.
It's the kind of thing that's persistent and annoying and seems like it should be simple to fix. An extra charge on your phone bill for a service you may never have heard of. It's called cramming, and a lot of people have complained to us about it. Tonight, investigative reporter Anna Werner takes a look at what phone customers are dealing with and asks why the problem still isn't solved in California. Anna?
You know, Alan, a lot of people just asked us to investigate this. Say, what is the deal? You know, cramming isn't new. It's been a problem for years. So why are Bay Area consumers still having to put up with it?
This last bill I got, I'm angry.
Angry, Walnut Creek's Gloria Miller says about the charges on her phone bill.
I called the phone company about it, and they said that they couldn't do anything about it.
Miller says AT&T told her to call the company named on her statement, something called ILD. But when she did,
they says it's for a voicemail service. I said, but why do I need a voicemail service? Because I have a message service through the phone company. Why would I order another one?
Adeline Rogers got a similar charge.
I'd really like to know how I got charged in 1 month for $80.73.
In fact, Rogers' June bill listed 5 charges, each one from a company called Enhanced Services Billing Incorporated, or ESBI. And when she called AT&T,
they said, well, we're very sorry. It's something you purchased. I knew that I hadn't purchased any additional voicemail services. I didn't use any. I didn't need any.
It's a continuing problem, cramming, when charges are added to consumers' phone bills for services they say they never ordered.
It's unauthorized fees.
Bill Nussbaum sees it all the time at the Utility Reform Network. But even he said of Rogers' phone bill,
whoa, that is a huge bill. That's for 1 month? This is outrageous. I've not seen a one like this before.
And he says those charges can be a headache for consumers to get removed.
And there's a presumption that if you're a consumer and there's an unauthorized charge on your phone bill, that if you call the phone company, they should take it off the bill.
Which AT&T told us it does immediately, erasing any current charges on a statement. But then they tell customers to call the companies listed on the bills to get those charges stopped for good. And Nussbaum says arguing with those billers,
as a consumer, you're basically fighting every instance of, is this legitimate or is this not legitimate?
Like Miller, who says she's been fighting unwanted charges off and on for 3 years.
I have to check my bill every month to make sure I'm not being charged for something I have not ordered.
So why is cramming still such a problem for many consumers? The state has a law on it and an agency, the California Public Utilities Commission, that's supposed to collect complaints and fine violators.
But Nussbaum says
the real problem is enforcement. No one's enforcing this particular law. The California Public Utilities Commission, which is the agency that's really responsible for this, doesn't appear to be enforcing this law.
We wanted to know more about the agency's enforcement, but commission officials wouldn't sit down for an interview.
Now we turn to item 54.
So we went to the commission's board meeting to try to get answers.
Do you get a sense that the situation with cramming has improved?
Yes, I do.
He's board president, Michael Peavy.
Why is that?
Because I think of the vigilance of this commission.
He says if complaints drop, their efforts are working.
Have your complaints dropped?
I would think that we do. I don't have an exact number. I can't tell you that right off the top of my head. We could certainly get back to you and give you the number and look at it over time.
Except they didn't. CBS-5 Investigates first asked for those complaint numbers nearly 2 months ago, and despite multiple calls and emails, never got a response.
Mail it to me, please.
So maybe Adeline Rogers will be calling them next.
I paid that bill.
She got a partial refund, but only a partial victory. There on her August bill, another charge, $14.95.
Well, in short, there's no quick fix for this. If you do face one of these charges, AT&T promises us they will erase the charges. However, you still do have to call those third-party companies and argue with them about getting the charges taken off. By the way, the companies mentioned in this story, some of them just did not respond. ILD is an aggregator. In other words, they pass along the charges from other companies that actually have the services. That company told us that consumer Gloria Miller initiated the charge. She says it's not so. So we've posted information from from some of those companies that our consumers were complaining about, and they've got some guides and some frequently asked questions, so we posted those along with this.
We're talking, we saw people on landlines, we saw people on cell phones. Are we talking just about the landline? Or?
No, and actually Bill Nussbaum at TURN says that wireless is kind of the new uptick. You know, so you really have to read your bills, and the trick is that AT&T can take a charge off, but then you have to contact the original company, which may be one of a myriad of companies, get through on their phone lines, get them to remove the charges, and stop billing you, so they won't bill you month to month to month.
Wow. Always rests on the consumer, doesn't it?
Oftentimes.
Thanks, Anna.